welcome back to another video. We are back in the stunning Lake District National Park. We've just started our route from Keswick. We're out on a little bit of a fell run slash hike. I'm out with Speedy Mountain Goat Hev today, and we are heading up to the mighty Skiddaw, which sits just up here. And Skiddaw is one of the Lake District's highest peaks, sitting at a mighty 931 metres. And the route we've got planned for today to take us up to Skiddaw is about 14 miles long. So at the moment we're heading over towards Dodd. We're not going to go all the way up to Dodd. We're going to take a footpath just before it, which will take us up to Carl Side, which is the first wainwright of the day. And then we're going to head up onto Skiddaw, then drop down to Skiddaw Little Man, and then over to Sale Howe. And then we're going to drop down to the youth hostel, which sits kind of in the middle of the Northern Fells. It's a really cool youth hostel. I'll make sure I show it you. And then we're going to make our way back over towards Latrig, which will be the final wainwright of the day. And then we'll drop back down into Keswick. And I think this will be the first video I've ever filmed in the Northern Fells. I've been up and done a lot of this route already before. It's an absolute beauty. You get some outrageous views looking over towards the sort of Central Fells. The weather at the moment is absolutely gorgeous. A proper British spring day. Bit of blue sky, sun's been shining, all the lambs are out. It's a good day to be out for a run in the Lake District. The Northern Fells aren't as popular as a lot of the sort of Central and Southern Fells. It can be pretty brutal up here with the weather. I think 9 times out of 10 I've been to Lake District and looked over to Skiddaw. There's usually a big cloud sat on the top. At the moment it looks relatively clear, so fingers crossed. There's not going to be heaps of talking from me today, because like I said, we're out with Hev, and she actually ran in the British Inter-Counties Fell Championships yesterday, which went up Skiddaw. So she's already done this yesterday in a fell race, which she did absolutely amazing in. So yeah, we're going to be going nice easy pace today. So yeah, thank you so much for clicking on the video. Hope you enjoy it. So we just made it up to Carl Side, and that was an absolute slog. Constant steep gradient. We did have the option of coming down that way, but we thought we'll get the really steep climb out of the way, and then we can have a really nice gradual descent back into Keswick instead of having to run down there and bashing our quads at the end of the day. But yeah, I'm very glad that climb's over. We're now just running down into a little gully and about to head up to Skiddaw. I think we've got about 500-600 feet elevation left to the top. As you can see, Hev is running and I am not. More of a power hiker on the uphills, especially in the Lake District. But as you can see, we are now going to enter the Clag. The temperature has also dropped significantly. Luckily there is very little wind today, but as I was saying earlier, Skiddaw just it always has a cloud on top of it. This morning when we opened the curtains we could see the top, but yeah, that didn't last very long. So unfortunately I don't think we're going to get any incredible views up there today. As we drop off heading over towards Little Man, hopefully we'll get some nice views looking towards the left, which is where we're going to drop down anyway. And that part of the Northern Fells is really beautiful. It's very remote, there's not much going on there, but it's one of the few places in the lakes where you feel like you're kind of in the wilderness in the middle of nowhere. And the cloud has just revealed that ridgeline over there. There's actually a couple of Wainwrights on there, which I did last year. So that's also a really nice little route option there. You can drop down off that, I think, and head back into Dodd Woodland. I'm going to put the camera down because I'm getting out of breath talking. So, final ascent up to Skiddaw. So we're just leaving Skiddaw House now. We made it to the top of Skiddaw and we actually got some incredible views up there. Looking over to that ridgeline from the summit and then looking back over the rest of the Northern Fells. It was beautiful, the sun was shining, and then we had a descent down into this valley which was just running heaven. It was one of those trails where you're just running with a beautiful view in front of you, and it was just insane. When the weather's like this in the Northern Fells, with, you know, when it's not too windy and you've got some nice sunshine, it is beautiful. So yeah, we descended down into this valley and we've just had a look in Skiddaw House Youth Hostel. It's essentially a bothy because it is in the middle of nowhere. There is a little track to it, but I don't think there's any sort of public road access to it. And they had an honesty cafe in there, so you could make cups of tea and coffee and snacks. Unfortunately, we didn't have any money on us, but this lovely couple came in and he only had a £10 note and didn't have any change, so offered to buy us a snack. Had some chocky fingers and some oatcakes. So yeah, that was really nice of them, and we've decided that we'll definitely stay there in the future because it'd be really nice to spend 2 or 3 days there and really explore the Northern Fells. I've still got a lot of Wainwrights to do in the Northern Fells, so it could be a really good idea to come up here and just spend a few days here. I think it'd be so nice. Because you don't get any phone signal here, no service, no internet, and it just feels like you're in the wilderness. I was saying to Hev on the run down, it kind of felt like we're in Scotland almost, where there is just nothing but moorland and beautiful views. So yeah, this part of the Northern Fells, although it is very in the sticks, so when you do come out here you need to bring all the right kit and everything, but it is totally worth it. It's awesome. This is just screaming Scotland. Little wooden bridge in the middle of nowhere. So yeah, highly recommend giving this area an explore if you're up for something a bit more remote in the Lake District and a bit quieter, because there's barely any people around here. So the plan now, leaving the youth hostel, we're actually on the Cumbria Way now, which will take us all the way back down to Keswick. In front of us here is Blencathra, and then you've got Lone Scale Fell to our right, and the Cumbria Way cuts them in half, straight back over to Latrigg. We're not going to go to the summit of Latrigg, I'm just going to skirt around it and then drop down into Keswick. I think we've got about 7-ish kilometres left, and we've been going for just over 2.5 hours now, so making good time. I mean, just look at this. I don't know if you can see much sort of down into the distance, but all the way down in the distance and on the left you've got Helvellyn down there, and that valley takes you all the way down to Grasmere and Ambleside. Endless views on this route. As always, I will be leaving the route in the description, and you can do it clockwise or anti-clockwise. We went for clockwise today because we just wanted to get that really horrible steep climb out of the way. And now, from the top of Skiddaw, it's pretty much downhill all the way home. It's been an insane day so far. I am so gassed because this is the first proper fell run I've done this year because of injuries. Taking it very, very slow and steady, because the hamstring is definitely still feeling it a bit, but fingers crossed, we're on the road back to full recovery and full fitness. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking and enjoy the final stretch down to Keswick. So I'm back home in the Peak District. Unfortunately, my GoPro broke at the end of the run, hence why there was very little footage in the last couple of miles. It's still broken, so fingers crossed we can get that fixed soon. But anyway, it was an awesome day out on Skiddaw. If you've never checked out the Northern Fells before, highly recommend getting yourselves up there. There's so much to explore up there. There's some stunning views. Make sure you do it on a nice weather day because it can be absolutely brutal up there sometimes. But yeah, we had an awesome day out. Got so lucky with the weather, and yeah, it felt so good to be back out running in the fells. I've waited a long time for that. So it was an awesome day out. I think the route ended up coming in pretty much bang on 14 miles in the end, and you do have heaps of route options in that area as well. So much to explore in the Northern Fells. Like I was saying, I haven't even done half of the Wainwrights there. You've got Skiddaw, you've got Blencathra, and then north of there you've got some beautiful fells there as well. So yeah, highly recommend checking it out. As always, I'll leave a rough route of what we did in the description using the OS Maps website, where you'll be able to download the route onto your OS Maps app yourselves. And we are heading back up to the Lake District this weekend. My plan is to get up to Scarfell Pike via the corridor route. Fingers crossed we'll get some good weather for that. Hopefully out for a wild camp this week as well. So yeah, lots of videos coming to the channel soon. Thank you so much for all the love and support. We're nearly at 5,000 subscribers now, which is just absolutely mental. So yeah, thank you so much for all the love. I really do appreciate it. All of the likes, all the comments, all of the new subscribers means the world. So thank you so much for all the love. I'm gonna head back to my house now because I've come out on a little walk, and yeah, it looks like the heavens are about to open. So yeah, thank you so much for watching the video, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.